Hey guys, well right now I am right outside Legacy Arena where the Auburn Tigers will be tipping off very shortly. Now as for the Tide, they rolled over Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and with that win, Alabama lives on. So let's see if I can wrangle up some fans after all the madness.
News 19's Alexa Harley went to the Expo event earlier today. Alexa, did you pick up a number to run?
That's funny, I did not. I'll be the first to admit I am not much of a runner, but there are over 3,000 racers who will be sprinting all through Huntsville after a 2-year hiatus for the Rocket City Marathon. After what felt like a record of injury list moves this year, Byron Buxton will be out for the rest of the season. Now Byron, he hurt his knee all the way back in April in Boston, but continued to compete. He even earned an All-Star game nod where he knocked a home run against the nation's best. This front office and this organization, they rave about your ability to adjust as you face the lineup more in a game. What are you watching to make those adjustments? Hey you guys, well downtown Nashville trading in honky-tonk for some hoops this week, and today we saw number 1 seeded Alabama taking on number 9 seed Mississippi State. And man, what a game it was. Alabama had a 20-point lead at the half, and we'll get more in-depth look at that game later on today. I'm here in the dugout with bench coach Tony Diaz. Now Tony, we've seen you do multiple defensive drills before games. What exactly are you working on with these guys? Good evening. According to the Morgan County Sheriff's Office, Jeremy Taylor of Hartselle was the inmate who escaped today. They say Taylor is awaiting trial for sex offense and burglary charges. Now you're facing your former team today. Is there more pressure to strike more guys out? Teams have been playing you to pull the ball lately. Does that represent you as a hitter? The Madison County Sheriff's Office says the deputies involved in the shooting are on administrative leave pending an investigation by the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. Now at this point, the State Bureau of Investigations will only say that the matter is under investigation. Earlier today, News 19 spoke with a few family members who did decline to go on camera, but who say that deputies responded to the wrong house.
Alexa, how's it coming along?
Well, there is still a lot of dirt, cranes, and construction tape up, but slowly but surely Joe Davis Stadium is coming along, and officials say we'll be ready for kickoff in the spring. And there are plenty of new amenities for the fans to enjoy. Joe Davis Stadium will be filled with roaring fans in the stands, but for now, construction cranes will do.
As you can see, a lot of progress is behind us at Joe Davis Stadium. They've installed some of the initial bleachers. The Jumbotron is being installed all around the field. You'll start seeing more seats put in, the turf put in, so it's right on schedule.
While anticipation for the soccer season ramps up, so does progress on the stadium. Bleachers, bucket seats, field level views, and more will give fans ample options to view the action.
Season tickets are on sale right now, and some of the best seats are going fast. Really, there's not a bad seat in the entire stadium.
Joe Davis Stadium is a no dead end stadium, meaning it wraps completely around with amazing scenery included.
The general admission area and the beer garden will be a really fun place to gather with friends. We'll have a premium patio which has amazing views of not just the pitch, but you can see the Rocket, you can see Montesano, Green Mountain.
There will be 14 home matches during the summer, but soccer won't be the only sport cruising on the new synthetic turf.
And anything you can play on a rectangular field, you can play at Joe Davis Stadium.
Even with all the new additions and changes, the name Joe Davis will remain.
Well, City Council really wanted to make sure Joe Davis Stadium, which people have a lot of great memories, that's still part of the name. So we'll probably have a field name and then retain Joe Davis Stadium name.
Chad Emerson also told me that Huntsville City Football Club will be announcing their inaugural preseason home schedule later on this week. Natasha, a full year of invasion, bombings, and death is what the Ukrainian people have endured. And here in Huntsville, many people from all walks of life have come together to show support for the country.
It's been a year of a full-scale invasion and genocide made by Russia against Ukraine.
Dozens of supporters gathered in Big Spring Park Sunday afternoon to share stories, gratitude, and solidarity with Ukraine. The Ukrainian national anthem, along with Ukraine folk songs, filled the air. Tuscaloosa native and Iraq war veteran Alex Druki spoke at the rally. He, along with Andy Wynn, went to Ukraine to aid in the fight. They were then captured and tortured.
And we were taken into Russia for a week where they tortured us and interrogated us. Then they handed us over to their puppet government in the so-called DPR. I mean, they even hooked us up to car batteries and electrocuted us.
Druki says that he has full faith that Ukraine will win.
I feel like I'm part Ukrainian, and that's an honor for me. I guarantee you, if we give them the tools, they're going to win it. But God forbid if they don't, Putin's not going to be satisfied. So we have to stop him here. We have to stop him now.
Druki says the best way for those watching at home to help is to contact your local state representatives. Natasha? One thing about me is that I've actually gotten to see and hold a silver medal that belonged to Olympian Grant Holloway. Now, it's one thing to see and admire a silver medal, but it's a whole other level entirely to step onto the podium, lower your neck, and have one draped around you. Local gymnasts Cody Gaselli and Maya Amano know the feeling. Last week, both traveled to Sofia, Bulgaria to compete in the trampoline and tumbling world championships, and both returned with silver slung around their necks. Cody has won multiple titles and medals, but says it never gets old. There's no feeling like it.
I mean, it's just your hard work paying off. You know, we make so many sacrifices, especially the older we get.
Maya has been training for just over a year at the Marino Trampoline Gymnastics Academy in Huntsville and credits them for upping her skills and difficulty level.
Coming here was really life-changing for my training. My difficulty of my routines has increased a lot.
For both of them, the Olympics is obviously the ultimate goal, but Cody has gotten close.
You know, that's something I've always wanted to do. I've gone through 2 Olympic selection cycles. You know, close. I was one of the top athletes both times. You know, looking forward to 2024. It's something I want to, you know, be that top guy in the country so I can qualify to the Olympic Games and achieve that boyhood dream.
Maya also wants to make an Olympic run, but she has her eyes set on another goal.
I'd really like to represent the country in the Olympics and hopefully also start to push women's difficulty because right now there's a really big gap between men and women.
And hopefully they both will take that next jump in 2024, competing for Team USA in the Olympics. Reporting at Marino Trampoline Gym in Huntsville, Alexa Harley, News 19. Of course. Well, when John Whitaker woke up Friday morning, the last thing he expected was for he and his family to become a do-it-yourself construction crew. And following the severe weather and intense wind gusts that morning, a tree toppled right onto the trunk of his 2004 Suzuki Lorenza.
Yeah, I was watching these trees over here and I saw them swaying. This one cracked and I seen it and I was like, oh, there goes the car, man. I knew it. Got it.
You can see here that the entirety of the tree smacked directly onto the car. And once the winds died down, John, his wife Tina, neighbor Willie, and friend Cliff all rolled up their sleeves together, taking chainsaws to cut up the trunk off of the trunk. He told me it took nearly 4 hours to remove the tree, and once it was cleared, he took the Lorenza for a spin down the block.
It can be replaced.
Even hours later, there is still debris and destroyed trees piled up in his yard, though John says it's a new toy for his dog Apollo. And despite totaling his beloved car, John could still find some humor in it all.
I make fun of him for there are 2 driver's licenses in the house, so he has 2 vehicles for each driver. Now it's down to 1.5.
John also said that since his car is still technically operational, he can drive it, maybe keep an eye out for him on the roads, even catch a glimpse of him the next time you run errands.